Explosive news rocks the fight world. Diego Sanchez faces felony charges, Renato Moicano gears up for a massive showdown, UFC Fight Night 272 Media Day is live, and Jiri Prochazka eyes a championship comeback. First up, former UFC fighter Diego Sanchez has been sentenced for a felony shooting incident that's sending shockwaves through the community. Then, we dive into the octagon, where gym mates Renato Moicano and Duncan are set to clash in a highly anticipated fight night bout. Can Moicano derail the streaking Duncan? We're also bringing you live coverage from UFC Fight Night 272 Media Day, where all the fighters are ready to talk about their upcoming battles. Get the unfiltered reactions right here. And finally, the debate is heating up. Is the UFC secretly rooting for Jiri Prochazka? We break down why Carlos Ulberg might be missing that champion aura and what it means for the title picture. Plus, we reveal which of these stories is grabbing the most attention online. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an update.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC fighter Diego Sanchez, sentenced for felony shooting. Former UFC fighter Diego Sanchez has been sentenced to 5 years of supervised probation after a dramatic incident where he fired a gun into the air while in traffic. The Albuquerque News outlet Cobb4 reported that Sanchez pleaded guilty in February to a felony charge stemming from his July 2025 arrest near I-40. Prosecutors alleged that Sanchez discharged the firearm while passing a traffic crash. In court, Sanchez maintained that his actions were not intended to harm anyone and were meant as a joke, stating he was already seeking treatment at Turning Point Recovery Center and was on new medication for a bipolar diagnosis. He was quoted saying, "People do make mistakes, you know. This is Albuquerque, the wild, wild west. I made a bad mistake." Prosecutors had pushed for a 2-year custodial sentence, arguing that firing a gun on a freeway is inherently dangerous. State Prosecutor Genia Gonzalez stated, "The defendant has shown reckless actions when he shot the firearm out of the car window. He has demonstrated negligence as noted in the PSR and the inability to safely and lawfully operate a firearm." Sanchez's defense attorney, Max Pines, highlighted his client's progress in mental health and substance abuse treatment, noting that Sanchez is committed to sobriety and his well-being. Sanchez, a UFC Hall of Famer with a 30-14 MMA record, won the inaugural season of The Ultimate Fighter, and spent 15 years with the UFC before departing in 2020. Will Sanchez's plea for leniency hold up, or will the danger of his actions dictate a harsher sentence? Stay tuned as we break down the legal ramifications and what this means for his future in the sport. And next, we're heading back to the octagon, where a massive lightweight clash is brewing. Renato Moicano versus Duncan, a gym-mate showdown. Get ready for a captivating lightweight contest at the Meta Apex as skilled submission artists Renato Moicano and Duncan, who happen to be gym mates, are set to headline a fight night event. Moicano, 37, is looking to rebound after a year-and-a-half winless streak and prove he still belongs among the top contenders, facing the streaking Scotsman Duncan, who is his teammate at American Top Team. This unique matchup has led to complicated training preparations, with Moicano describing the gym atmosphere as confusing due to overlapping training partners. Duncan, 32, is on a 4-fight winning streak, most recently securing a hard-fought decision over Mateusz Rebecki and a wild submission win against Terrence McKinney. He has trained at ATT since 2022, becoming a key training partner for Dustin Poirier. Moicano, a staple at ATT since 2017 and a UFC veteran since 2014, has a decorated career, including wins over Cub Swanson and Calvin Kattar, and a lightweight title challenge after moving up from featherweight. After a 4-fight win streak from 2020 to 2024, including impressive finishes at UFC 300 and UFC Paris, Moicano suffered consecutive losses to Islam Makhachev on short notice for the title and Beneil Darius. Duncan, with a 15-2 MMA record, boasts 4 submission wins, primarily via guillotine or anaconda chokes, making him a dangerous opponent for Moicano, who has been submitted twice in his career. Oddsmakers have Duncan as the favorite, with a KO/TKO victory projected as the most likely outcome. Can Moicano overcome his recent struggles and his own teammate to reclaim his spot in the lightweight elite? Don't go anywhere, because next we're giving you a front row seat to the UFC Fight Night 272 Media Day. And after that, we're diving into a heated debate about championship aura. UFC Fight Night 272 Media Day. Fighters speak out. All eyes are on the upcoming UFC Fight Night 272 event, set to take place at the Meta Apex, with the entire card streaming exclusively on Paramount+. Before the Fight Night action kicks off, the stars of the card, including the lightweight headliners Renato, Moicano, and Duncan, will be front and center at Media Day. Starting Wednesday at 2:15 p.m. at /11:15 a.m. PT, fighters will face reporters, offering insights into their training, strategies, and expectations for their upcoming bouts. This is your chance to get the unfiltered thoughts and reactions from the athletes as they prepare to step into the octagon. We'll be bringing you archived videos of each individual media session, so if you miss any of the live action, you can catch up right here. Don't miss this exclusive look behind the scenes as the fighters gear up for a night of thrilling competition. Get ready for the raw, unfiltered thoughts straight from the fighters themselves. But the drama doesn't stop there. Next, we're asking if the UFC might secretly be rooting for a former champion's return. Jiri Prochazka's champion aura. Who does the UFC want? As former UFC light heavyweight champion Jiri Prochazka prepares to challenge for the title against number 3 ranked contender Carlos Ulberg at UFC 325, a fascinating debate is emerging. Does the UFC secretly favor Prochazka to reclaim the belt? According to former UFC fighter and current analyst Din Thomas, Prochazka possesses a distinct champion aura that makes him highly marketable, citing his bonus-winning fight style and engaging social media presence. Thomas contrasts this with Ulberg, whom he describes as a silent assassin, acknowledging Ulberg's impressive winning streak and marketability, but suggesting he's missing something that Prochazka naturally embodies. I think Jiri Prochazka being champion is always going to be good for UFC, Thomas stated, emphasizing Prochazka's universal appeal. The championship became vacant when Alex Pereira moved to heavyweight, and Thomas notes that while Ulberg has earned his shot, the fight feels like it's happening partly because Pereira vacated the title. He suggests that a Prochazka-led division just feels right due to his undeniable aura. This analysis adds a compelling layer to the upcoming title fight, questioning the promotional leanings and fan sentiment surrounding these two formidable light heavyweights. Will Jiri Prochazka's champion aura prevail, or can Carlos Ulberg make his own statement? We've got all the fight news you need, and coming up, we'll give you a quick recap of all today's top stories and tell you how to stay connected. That's all the breaking news for today. We saw Diego Sanchez sentenced for a felony shooting, Renato Moicano gearing up for a major fight night clash against his gym mate Duncan, the buzz from UFC Fight Night 272 Media Day, and the ongoing debate about Jiri Prochazka's champion aura. If you loved this high-energy update, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more exclusive fight news, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Let us know in the comments which story you found most compelling, and follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content and live updates. Thanks for watching.